have kept me alive. And so I'm indebted to these individuals. Now, over the last 5 to 8 years, as I, was looking into a different purpose in my life, running internet businesses was cool, but I really want to give back to the people who've made a difference in my life. And I've gone through some ups and significant downs, and my rises have always been due to someone in the health space, whether it be alternative or medical, but a lot of alternative practitioners. Mm-hmm. And the reason I'm into where I'm now, which is the other part outside dental, is I offer business training to groups of people in the alternative health space, because these are individuals who put so much time and money into healing people,
right,
but they don't even have a time to or a chance to learn how to get more people. Yeah. In fact, most healthcare practitioners outside medical, dental, don't realize that they actually have to learn business skills to heal more people. To have a growing business is how you heal more people. And so this is kind of a space where I'm dedicating a lot of my life to, because I don't want these people to fail. I want them to reach their potential and help. Mm-hmm. Now, the other thing that is kind of like hot off the press for you guys here is my other focus is helping men in life crisis. And I myself and a physician, Dr. Engfield, we are working together to build these really cool programs.
Dr. Engfield.
Yeah.
The very tall.
Very tall, 6'9". Yeah,
6'9", eh?
Yeah. So him and I are building a program, and it's under a company called Gangsta Buddha, and it's healing for dudes. And this is not even live yet, but we've recognized how many men in our community in the world who are facing hardship stemming from relationship breakdowns. And so I went through this myself. And in discussing my healing process with other men, I've realized how men don't have a way out to discuss this. And our entire program is around anonymity, where it's not about like, hey, everyone come to this gathering, we're going to help you heal. It's not about that. It's creating programs to help men realize their true self again, their true purpose, and rising above a very, very so-called dark period in their lives.
Yeah, because a lot of them think I can see it being not embarrassment, but shame. Shame. They feel it's not something you want to go to your friend when you see your friend having a loving relationship with his wife and kids. Yeah. You don't want to you feel like you're boring him, so you're like, you keep it in. But unfortunately, I can see a lot of people turn to alcohol, drugs, not hanging around the right crowd, and
isolation.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. There's only so many trips to Vegas before I really got to tackle the issue at hand.
Exactly. No, you're going to do a lot of help with that. We're going to be right back. We're going to take a quick break, listen to Jen, listen to one more song from Rory Gardiner. Then we'll talk more about the Ottawa Business Summit, your TED Talks, and maybe some more fun stuff. So we'll be right back. And this song from Rory is called Who I Am. It's off their new album. I hope you enjoy.
Hey guys, how about celebrating the start of the fall season with some great food? The weather promises to be absolutely gorgeous this weekend, so there is no excuse not to head out. Here are my top picks. Saturday is shaping up to be quite a busy evening. If you're a fan of food trucks, then consider the 3rd annual Food Truck Rally. It's being held at the old St. Charles Church, which is at 135 Barrett Street, just across from the Beechwood Farmers Market in Vanier from 4 to 8 p.m. Now, tickets are all sold out. However, if you follow at Ottawa Food Truck Rally on Twitter, you still have a chance to win free entrance passes. All you need to do is tweet your favorite food truck from this year's lineup. For those of you who have already bought your tickets, be sure to bring lots of cash with you. Food and drinks will be paid using tickets. Now, food tickets are $2 each and $5 for alcoholic beverage tickets. Also, don't forget to vote for your favorite food truck. For more information, go to ottawafoodtruckrally.com. Also happening Saturday night, Bicycle Craft Brewery is celebrating their 1-year anniversary by throwing themselves a huge party at the Ottawa Jail from 7 to 11 p.m. Check out the live band performances, food from Culinary Conspiracy, and there will be 3 new brews for you to try. You can also try your hand at some games like a grain bag toss and a growler tagging competition. Tickets are $27 plus tax and a fee. Now you can purchase your tickets on Eventbrite or at their shop, which is over at 850 Industrial Avenue, Unit 12. Your tickets will also include a complimentary bicycle beer. A portion of the evening's proceeds will go to the Chio Foundation. And if you're not too tired from partying on Saturday night, then on Sunday, head on over to Preston Street for a taste of the Italian Harvest Food and Wine Show. It's taking place at the Sala San Marco Banquet Hall from 2 to 5 p.m. Now, once again, this event is also sold out in terms that there are no longer any tickets available online, but there will be a limited number of tickets on hand at the door for $55. That already includes taxes, gratuities, and all the food and beverage samples. Proceeds from the event will go to the Ottawa Food Bank, and you are also encouraged to bring along a non-perishable food item. Now, if you find yourself completely swamped this weekend, then how about starting a new work week by having dinner in a corn maze? Knives Out Ottawa is back with a new dinner event hosted by 7 of this city's top chefs, including Patrick Garland, Jamie Stunt, Mark Lipin, Chris Deresh, Arab Jana, Mark Dorion, and Patricia Larkin. A 7-course corn-themed dinner will be served inside an 8-foot-tall corn maze. All the action is taking place from 5 to 7 p.m. at Maple Hill Urban Farm. That's just 2 minutes away from Highway 417 on Moody. The chefs also highly recommend that you bring along a flashlight as it may get pretty dark towards the end. You probably don't want to get lost inside the maze. This is also a bring your own booze event, so please drink responsibly. Tickets are $70 each, plus a small fee, and they can be purchased at eventbrite.ca. And that's it for me today. See you back here next week.
Say I gotta go to college and find some full-time work. I'd rather strum this guitar than take orders from some jerk. Get yourself some land, settle down and lay some roots. I will, but there's no way to put miles on these boots. No, that's not my plan. No, that's not who I am. First one that my buddies call when they need a hand. If I don't believe in something, I'm the first to take a stand. When I've had a rough week, I kick up my feet and just let life pass by. The kind of man that don't give a damn, that's who I am. She fell into my arms.
All right, thank you so much, Jen. So, I know I'll be at the Ottawa Food Truck Rally this weekend. That's a fun time. 20 trucks, 4 hours at the new St. Charles Church area. So that's going to be a huge development in Ottawa. It's going to be very nice.
Absolutely love the food truck craze that's going on in Ottawa right now. There's some really cool entrepreneurs out there with some great ideas, and supporting local food is the way to go.
Awesome.
I say I'm all for it, and get more out there, and stop going to Boston Pizza. I won't say that. Anyways, Knives Out Ottawa dinner is going to be so much fun too with some of the best chefs we have in the city. All right, so Tuan is going to be the keynote speaker. Congratulations! That should be an honor at the Ottawa Business Summit on September 30th. So you got some big names on the bill there. We got Steve Beauchesne just right before Oktoberfest in Van Cleek Hills. Yeah. So he's going to be a little antsy at that week. But can you tell us a little bit about what the Ottawa Business Summit is, and maybe a little bit of what you'll be speaking about?
Yeah, the Ottawa Business Summit, from my understanding, is it's meant for business owners and leaders in the community. And so there's probably about 150, 200 people that will attend the event. And they're there to learn a lot of high-level thinking, high-level leadership stuff, where it's also operational and implementable at the same time.
Right.
So... but it's quite an array of people. I think it's about 50% business owners, 50% executives within the community, and it's very exciting to have this group of people out there and sharing ideas. And I'm excited to be on stage with amazing speakers.
Yeah, and it runs from 8:30 to 4 p.m. It's at the Ottawa Conference and Event Center on Coventry. It's $149, so I think that's a lot of value, because when you see speakers at a full day conference, it's usually in the $400 to $600 range, and usually in Montreal or Vancouver, Toronto. So that's going to be a very good value for that. Can you let us know a little teaser of what you'd be talking about?
Yeah, I just kind of a bit overview. It's called the rise and fall and rise again of leaders, and it stems from my own personal journey. The reason I brought this up is because I've risen from growing up on welfare to making several millions, donating millions to charity, and thinking that was amazing. And then when I crashed, is when I realized and learned how many other people have crashed or are crashing. And as I went through a process of rising again, these very same individuals expressed how my journey was inspiring to them, and how my lessons that I've learned, they've also taken to heart. And so when I was asked what I could speak about the business at the Ottawa Business Summit, I realized that in these 200 people, leaders who are coming out, I would not be surprised if half of them are experiencing some kind of a crisis inside. But as leaders, we kind of have to hang on to this tough and confident front, because we don't want to get this kind of vote of non-confidence from our team, right? So what I'd like to share is how a leader right now can understand and recognize that they could be potentially falling, and to recognize that there's a way to rise again. And in doing that, I teach them about the meaning of quitting. What is the meaning of quitting? And what you'll learn is it's not just about quitting your job. It could be quitting the way you're thinking, quitting a habit, right? Something that's not serving you, which is the other part, which is deciding what and when to quit. People say, what, quitters never win and winners never quit. That's, in my opinion, winners know when to quit. They also know what to quit in order to win, right? So that's what I think I've been very successful at my entire life, actually. But there's a point where I didn't want to quit, and that's when I failed. I failed miserably, and I paid for it. Mm-hmm. But in fact, it was the lesson that I need to learn to now live, in my opinion, the rest of my life in a purposeful way, and in a way where I think it can create real, long-lasting meaning. Yeah. So tap, 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 tap. And so I talk about, deciding what to quit. I talk about reconnecting with purpose, and then patterns, breaking patterns. There's an approach that I have now that goes really deep into who you are, and even generationally, to recognize patterns. And what you realize is that I've done some studying, and I've realized that there's proof that some patterns exist in your personal life translates to your professional life. I'll give you an example. CEO, let's give him a random name. I'll keep his name confidential. Call him Derek. Derek, in a span of 18 months, went through 15 different admin assistants. But the funny thing is, I've met all 15 admin assistants, and there's a consistent thing between them all. Analytical, and all this stuff that he needs them to do. Funny enough, his wife is the exact same person, and they're still happily married, but they argue over these same things over and over and over. And that disagreement that happens between him and his admin assistants was the same as well. The difference is his admin assistants are not in love with this man, and they don't have children with this man. Yeah. Not that we know of. Just kidding. And so he realizes this, and I helped him realize this pattern, which means for him to solve this deathly pattern, he had to solve something inside of him to resolve things at home as well. So we see these interesting patterns that's about life, which is why we say leadership is a lifestyle. It percolates through your entire life. And so we talk about breaking patterns, and it involves searching into your own life. Not necessarily about your husband or your wife or whatnot. It could be with your kids. It could be with yourself. It could be a habit you just can't seem to close every cupboard. You have a fear of finishing things or something, it's always left open. Right. So there's all these interesting patterns you capture in your personal life that actually percolates into your professional life that prevents you from succeeding. Yeah. So we talk about that.
And then working on those slowly is the best way, not to rush in and change your life dramatically, but going taking one little small step at a time, hitting one goal and keeping going. Any advice for high school students that very quickly going into university, because I know you made the best of your university days.
Yeah. So
any high school kids, hopefully they're listening to this, and they'll learn from this.
So I could say one thing, and it's something that I learned by experience, which is, we grow up trying to think what we want to do, but we don't think about how we can impact people. And so I've met